Okay, folks, I'm going to show you a bunch of new information, but first I have to lay the groundwork with some information that I've shown, of course, in the past. Okay, I have to show that for you to understand how important what I'm going to show you later in this video. Okay, and check this out. Look at his hair. It looks like a snake's forked tongue. Look at that. The way it's coming down off his head. Or it could be a bunch of upside down sixes. You see, it looks like a six. Anyway, let's get to what this video is about. So for the people who are new to the channel, you're not going to fully grasp everything that I'm showing, but just keep watching and you'll understand. So George Washington, who's known as the father of our country, and this is why he is the starting point, okay? And you know Seattle, where the next 9/11 is going to be, and the next 9/11 is going to be on June 11th, the upside down 9/11 in Seattle, okay? And like I said, Seattle's in Washington. So George Washington, his original birth date, okay, because America celebrates his birthday on February 22nd now. But originally it was on 2/11, February 11th, which is the 42nd day of the year, okay? Washington State, where Seattle is the 42nd state. You'll see why I'm showing all this in a moment. Anyway, like I said, George Washington, his original birthday was the 42nd day of the year. Washington State is the 42nd state. Seattle, Washington's initials, SW. S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd letter, equals 42. Elvis, he was born on this day right here, January 8th, 1935. He died August 16th, 1977, which is 42 years, okay? Because everything is about Elvis, all right? Elvis is the Antichrist, and Trump is his devil replacement twin who's going to make sure that Elvis is worshipped. Anyway, so Elvis died at the age of 42, again with the 42 connection. Prime number, the 42nd prime number equals 181. Okay, and if you add the 42, because it's the 42nd prime equals 181, you get 223. Next year is 2023. All right, that's when all this is going to take place. My two predictions. My other prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. Seattle on June 11th. Something happens, spectacular event on June 11th. But anyway, so Elvis died at the age of 42. Okay. And you know, he was born on January 8th, and he had an identical twin that died of birth. You see, it's 181. So the ritual, the mock ritual of Seattle, you know, being destroyed or whatever the hell's going to happen over there on June 11th has already happened, because the year Elvis died on August 16, 1977, when he died at the age of 42, Seattle slew a horse, you know, because horse racing is known as the sport of king, and Elvis, he was known as the king, and you know, Seattle is in King County. So the horse, Seattle slew, wins the most prestigious race in horse racing, and horse racing is known as the sport of kings. He wins the Triple Crown, which is a very hard thing to do. And like I said, it's the most prestigious race in horse racing to win all three. And he did it on June 11th, 1977. And I told you Seattle's going to be struck on June 11th, okay? I didn't know that when I made the predictions. This is all revelation after. Okay, anyway, so already the 42 years from Elvis's birthday to Seattle, so because Elvis was born in 1935, so 42 years it was, because Elvis died at 42, right, in 1977. So Seattle slew won that same year, so that would make it also 42 years from Elvis's birthday to the day Seattle slew won the Triple Crown on June 11th. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot I had it written right here. I'm over here trying to tell the story up here. Yeah, so Elvis' birthday to Seattle slew winning the Triple Crown, 42 years, you see. And Elvis died at the age of 42. Same year, Seattle slew won the Triple Crown. Like I said, I'm getting to the new information. I just got to shoot through all this, 42 connections. So June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, okay? And how many days remain? if June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, how many days remain? 203. So that means the 203rd day of the year, which is July 22nd, is the backwards date of June 11th. Okay? And notice that it's 2-3 here. Again because next year is 2023, you see? Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, okay. How many days are in between its backwards date? June 11th's backwards date is July 22nd. You see? It's 42 days in between. Because it's its backwards date, you understand? And this is the only date that can have it, that it can equal 42. The only backwards date. Okay, when I say backwards, of whatever days remain from the date you're looking at. So this is the only time that it can be 42. What is the chance that it connects to the June 11th, the number 42? And the reason I'm showing you the Georgia Guidestones, okay, because it has the George in it, which connects to Washington, okay? And the Georgia Guidestones, it went down after 42 years. Okay, I did a whole video on this. You have to go and watch it. Okay, I did 2 videos actually, so you might want to watch the first one first and then watch the second one. Okay, just scroll down until you see 2 of them, and watch that one, the older one first. Anyway, so again, it's the 42 years it came down. And I told you Elvis is the phoenix. He's the beast out of the sea. He's the kraken. He's the goat. Okay? And the Super Bowl number 42, notice again the date, 2-3. It was played on 2-3. There's your 23 again, because next year's 2023. Anyway, it was played at Phoenix University Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And I live in Glendale, California. Arizona is the 48th state, and 48 is the 48th prime number is 223. Okay? And that was the 42nd Super Bowl, connecting to the Phoenix, okay, 42. And then next year's Super Bowl is in Glendale, Arizona again. Same stadium, but now it's called State Farm Stadium. Okay? And speaking of the Phoenix, right now there's a female basketball player who's in a Russian prison named Brittany Griner. She played for the Phoenix Mercury, and she wore the number 42 on the team. And she's been in jail for all this time. And she was sentenced on August 4th. Because I told you Trump gets his head won on August 4th. Okay, you see how it all connects to each other? And in baseball, there was a player named Jackie Robinson. Anyway, he wore the number 42, and that jersey was retired. Nobody else can wear it in baseball, the number 42. And even his initials, J is the 10th letter, R is the 18th letter, 1018. R is the 18th letter, J is the 10th letter. Again, connecting kind of to Elvis's birthday, 1-8. And I told you that Elvis's birthday is January 8th. From January 8th to June 11th, it's 154 days or 155 days if you count that day. So, for 154 days, because 154 equals the Antichrist number, it's 42.19%. Look at that. It's the 42 connection. What's the chance that it's 42% from Elvis's birthday to June 11th? And look, Joe Biden, he's born in 1942. Okay? So just another connection there. So there's a movie or a book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they created some type of giant supercomputer, and it took it a million years or something to answer the question. The answer to the meaning of life, the universe, and everything is the number 42. It took that long to answer this question, and they said the giant supercomputer answered the number 42 is the answer to the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. When Trump was president, he enacted a bill called Title 42. Okay, and notice it's got the EL for God. I won't even say that, but title. I know it's not the word title because tidal wave, but it's spelled different, TIDAL. But title sounds like tidal wave because because I told you Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. So this event could involve water because they're mocking God and the story of Noah. Okay, when God reset the earth with water, because Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset in gematria, same thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Title 42 is set to end, I think, very soon. So they're saying ending the 42, get it? Washington's the 42nd state, remember, where Seattle is. I'm going to get to the new stuff right now, so just hold on. I forgot to mention that when I said that the Antichrist equals 154 in gematria, and it's 42%, right? 42.19%. 154 days from Elvis's birthday to June 11th. And they say in the Bible that the Antichrist reigns for 42 months. Okay? But it doesn't say it exactly like that. It says it in the way the Bible would describe it, which adds up to 42 months. And I told you that Seattle's going to get struck on 6/11. Look, the sixth prime number is 13. If you add the 6 to the 13, you get 19. The 11th prime number is 31. You add the 11 to the 31, you get 42. You see that? 19, 42, 42, 19. You remember I was just telling you that from Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 42.19. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to say the date backwards like they do in the UK, it would be 11/6, June 11th. The 11th day of the 6th month. So the numbers would be opposite, so that it would be 4219, just like I have it written on that last page. Anyway, back to the serpent, the snake, Elvis. So I had to show you all that information just to get to this. This is the new information, so pay attention. So Elvis is, if you ask Google what was the first job Elvis had, they'll tell you Crown Electric, but that's not even true. But what the point here is the fact that they know the exact date when he started at a place called Crown Electric. Okay? This is the last job Elvis had before he became famous. He wore the crown. Okay? And it was on April 20th, 1954. So this is what this whole video is about. Because see, April 20th is 4-2. There's your 42 with a crown. The O is a crown. I told you that. Okay? So 420 is 4-2 with a crown, the 42, because Elvis died at the age of 42, remember? And Washington's the 42nd state where Seattle is. And the king wears a crown. Elvis was known as the king. And Seattle's in King County. So from the day Elvis was born to the day that he worked for Crown Electric, it was 19 years. Okay? And from Crown Electric, the year, the date to the day he died was 23 years. 19 and 23 equals 42, right? Because he died at the age of 42. But this is what's important, the 19 and the 23, that it's separated like that. 19 years to the crown day, and from crown day to the death is 23. And remember, Seattle, Washington's initials is SW. S is the 19th letter, W is 23, 1923. And again, we go back to this equation. So from Elvis's birthday to June 11th, 154 days or 155 days. For the 154 equation, it's 42.19%. So what's missing here? The missing number is the 23. And then next year is the 23rd year, right? 2023. So 19 plus the 23 equals 42. See, that's the missing number in between here, is the 23. Which what I'm trying to show here. So from Elvis's birthday to Crown Electric, when he was crowned, get it? It was 19. He got crowned on the 19. You know what the 19 crown is, right? The corona. You know, because that's what corona means in Spanish. And then 23, 1923, SW equals 42. Seattle, Washington. So follow along, all right? Or you're not going to understand this, okay? So remember earlier when I was telling you about a particular date having a backward date? So Elvis's backward date is 1223. Trump's backwards date, 614, is 719. Okay, so if you take their dates, the numbers, you add it up, look. And you remember, Trump is his devil twin. Like I told you, he's the replacement twin for Elvis's identical twin that died at birth. Anyway, it equals 722. And then his backwards date equals 1942. You see that? And remember, if you put the dates backwards, it would be, the 19th day of the 7th month, 23rd day, if you wrote it back, it would be 4219. Do you understand? Which goes back to this, 4219. And remember, 722, its backwards date was June 11th, and it was 42 days in between. Remember, I showed you that earlier. But anyway, so if you didn't understand that, I'm sorry. But anyway, so remember I told you the crown date is so important. Elvis was crowned on 420. So from 420 to Elvis's backwards birth date, because remember, this is Elvis's backwards birth date. Elvis's birthday backwards date. From 420, the day he got crowned, to the backwards birthday is 8 months, 4 days. You see that? And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4. And speaking of the 8/4, because I told you that June 11th is the day that Seattle gets struck, or whatever the heck's going to happen there. But there was an explosion in the year 2020, the biggest explosion we've ever seen on TV, on August 4th. And of course, yeah, we know it's Obama's birthday, but Trump is the one who gets the head wound on August 4th. But anyway, the biggest explosion we've ever seen was in Beirut. And I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. And from the crown day to the day that the explosion happened is 66 years. And the word twin equals 66, because, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. And it just so happens from Elvis's birthday to the exact day that the Twin Towers fell, because remember, Elvis's identical twin died at birth, is 66 years. Remember, the word twin equals 66, 8 months, 4 days. 66 years, 8 months, 4 days. You see, like, you can't you can't make this stuff up, folks. This is, exactly like it's supposed to be. All right? Just like Elvis, when he took the polio injection on Bill Gates' first birthday. Elvis was the first famous person to take an injection on live television. He did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. And if you count that from that day to the next year, June 11th, when Seattle gets struck, it's 66 years. Okay, and the word twin equals 66. Remember, I'm showing you the connections here. Just like 6 times 11 equals 66. And remember, I was telling you that from Elvis's birthday to 9/11, there was 8 months, 4 days in between. Okay, but if you do it to the exact day it came down, it was 66 years, 8 months, 4 days. But look, and on leap year, it's 5 days, 8 months, 5 days. So from Elvis's birthday to 9/11, 8 months, 4 days, or 5 days. And from Elvis's death day to the day he got crowned, Crown Electric, when he worked at Crown Electric for the first time, was on 4/20, 1954. But I'm just going by the date right now, not the year. 8/16 from Elvis's death to 4/20 is 8 months, 4 days, or 5 days. You see? You see what I'm saying? And the reason that 4/20 is so important, besides the 42 with a crown, like I said, so if you went from the first of the year, the first day of the first month, to 4/20, and if you went forward 840 days, because 8/4 with a crown, you see, It's 840 days to 420 from the first of the month, you see? And look at the percentage, 2314, 23014. The word I am is 231437. I've shown this equation on one of my videos connecting to Seattle and the word Northwest. You got to go see it. And remember, I was showing you that this equation, and I showed you that 42.19%, what's the missing number, is to 23, because 19 plus 23 is 42, right? The 23 is the missing number. And if you add all three of those up, 19, 23, and 42, you get 84. There's your 84. You see how it all the pieces of the puzzle come together? Like I said, the missing number is the 23, right? Which I just showed you. And and I told you from the day Elvis took the Crown Electric, he worked at the very first time, to June 11th, 1977, the same year Elvis died, and the same day that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown. It was 23 years, right? Okay, that's the same year Elvis died. That's what I'm showing. But it was the 23 that I was trying to point you to right there. And remember, slew means to just, kill. Seattle Slew. And remember, the Elvis halftime show, the first time that ever happened at a Super Bowl, the whole halftime show was Elvis. Super Bowl number 23. You see? And what was the score? Look at the score. 16-20, 2016. And why is that important? Because Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Mississippi is the 20th state. And Elvis died in Tennessee, which is the 16th state. Look at that. 16-20, 2016. If you look at a clock, on the clock, 420. Remember, we're talking about the day he got the Crown Electric. 420 in military time is 1620. 162. 0, And why am I showing you this 162? Why is this so important? Besides what I was just telling you about Elvis being born in the 20th state and dying in the 16th state. Because the 162, look, pay attention. Elvis, him and his identical twin were born on 1/8. Right? And if you say the date backwards, it's 8-1. So 1/8, both of them were born 8-1. If you say the date backwards, the 216th day of the year is August 4th. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. You see? That's why the 162 or the 216, 16-2 is important. And that's why for the Elvis halftime show Super Bowl number 23, for it to be 16-20, 2016 is impossible, these coincidences, because it's the date of the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. The 216th day of the year is August 4th with a crown. And like I said, he was born in the 20th state, Mississippi, died in the 16th state, 162, which is June 11th, and 216, which is August 4th, with a crown. 420 is Crown Electric. The day he got the crown, he started working at Crown Electric, 420. Military time is 1620. Which is June 11th, the 162nd day with a crown. And he died at the age of 42, Elvis. You understand? Another crown. And speaking of Elvis dying, Elvis died on 8/16. 8/16 on the clock. 8:16 minutes. 8/16 military time is 2016. Do you see how incredible this is? It's the same numbers again. 16-20, 2016, 216 is August 4th with a crown. And Trump, he won the presidency in 2016. I'm trying to go fast because I only have a certain amount of time on my phone. My space is running out for my recording. So Elvis, from the day he started working at Crown Electric to the Queen's death, look, from 420 to 9/8. It's 4 months and 20 days. 420 again. From the Queen's death date, 9/8. This is not important. That's why I wrote it all sloppy. So if you wrote into the gematria calculator, if you wrote Elvis, Seattle, Washington, June 11th, with an, you can't see the end, but it's right there, 11th, it equals 420. These these things right here. And you know, Washington, it was founded on November 11th, 1889. So if you went from the day he got the crown to November 11th, just, you know, in the same year, it's 206 days. Seattle area code is 206. And, you know, Seattle's in Washington. So pay attention, okay? So Trump is the 44th person to become president, but Trump is the 45th actual president to take office. So he's the 44 and 45, okay? And Elvis, he in 2022, and you know, it was 44 years that he's been dead, but it turned 45 years in 2022 also. When on August 16th, just recently, it turned 45 years that he's been dead. Okay, but it's going to go all the way into 2023, him being dead for 45 years, all the way up until next August 16th. And my two predictions happen in between when Elvis is dead 45 years still, okay? And Trump is the 45th president, you understand? 45. And there's a reason why I'm showing you that. So remember, George Washington, he's the key to this, okay? So George Washington, when he died, from his death to the day Elvis took the crown, pay attention how important this is. From the exact day George Washington died, December 14th, 1799, to the exact day Elvis started working at Crown Electric, 4/20/1954, it's 154 years, okay? 4 months, 7 days. Hold on. Sorry about that stupid phone. Anyway, so from George Washington's death to Elvis's crown day, it's 154 years, 4 months, 7 days, okay? Now, the percentage, look at the percentage, because remember, I told you the Antichrist equals 154 in Gematria, okay? If you type in the words, the Antichrist, it equals 154. So you have the 154 for the Antichrist. Then look at the last four numbers, 45.21%. What is this 45.21%? That's Trump's birthday. From the first of the month, from the first day of the first month to Trump's birthday, 6/14, the amount of days is 165 days. 165 days, the percentage is 45.21%. You see that? So are you grasping that? So it's 154 years, and then 154 plus 45.21%, which is the Trump connection. And it's also 45 years Elvis has been dead. You understand? And if you've seen my videos about the Seattle Kingdom demolition and how important that was, because you understand it's like the word kingdom. They're destroying the kingdom. So from Elvis's crown, the day he worked at Crown Electric, to the exact day to the exact day the demolition of the kingdom happened, look at the amount of days. Look at that. 16,777 days. Look at that jackpot. And Elvis was born in the first month. Trump was born in the 6th month. And then you have the 777. And look at that. 45 years, 11 months, 6 days. And I told you that it's been 45 years that Elvis has been dead. And Trump is the 45th president. And the next 9/11 is on 6/11 in 2023. You see how incredible that is? And it's been 23 years. It's going to be 23 years from the Seattle Kingdom. You see how it all lines up? 23 years. Because it happened in 2000, and it's going to happen in 2023 on 6/11. So pay attention. So remember, I told you George Washington has two birthdays. It was 2/11/1731, and then they changed his birth date when they changed the calendar from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, which we're on now. So it was originally 2/11/1731. Now it's 2/22/1732. And I told you that Elvis turned 45 years dead in 2022, all the way up until next August 16, 2023. So the 45 is super important, and the 2022, the 222, and the 223 is super important, right? So this is the last thing I'm going to show you. So from George Washington's birthdays, remember, he's got two birthdays, to the day Elvis took the crown, okay? I mean, the crown day, when he started working at Crown Electric, from the exact date that Washington was his second birthday to Crown Day for Elvis is 222 years. From his original birthday to Elvis's Crown Day is 223. You see that? 222, 223. Which again connects to 2022, 2023, when I told you Elvis was 44, 45 years dead. These two years. Anyway, 222 and 223 equals 445. 44 years, 45 years. Get it? And like I said, if you think these are coincidences, you're crazy. Anyway, folks, I could have shown so much more, but I just got to end the video. And remember, this is one day before the Queen's birthday, 420, because Queen birthday is 421. Anyway, it's also this guy's birthday. You know who he is, right? Hitler. His birthday. And it's also Weed Day. And what do you do on Weed Day? You get high, get it? Like Elvis is trying to get high. He's taking the crown. Anyway, and the word weed equals the word hell in gematria. Same exact numbers. Oh, I forgot to show you this. So from the day Washington died, George Washington, to the day Elvis got the crown, it was 154 years. From the crown day to next year, June 11th, is 69 years. And 154 plus 69 is the 223, right? Because next year is 2023. And the reason it had to be 69, because 69 is a crown number, because the letter O is a crown, right? And the O consists of the 9 and the 6 in the middle, because the letter O equals 15. 9 plus 6 is 15, right? And, the 9 and the 6 can be either two 9s or two 6s, because I told you the word twin equals 66. If you add 99 to 66, it equals 165. That's Trump's birthday, the 165th day of the year. And that's why from Elvis's birthday, the exact day he's born, to the exact day the Space Needle in Seattle opened, it's 9,966 days. Look at that, 9966, the twin number that I just showed you. And look at this. So the Space Needle opened on 4/21/1962. 62, right? Look at this. 4/2, that's the 42. 162, 162nd day of the year is June 11th. Elvis died at the age of 42. And Washington's the 42nd state. You see, it's right there in the date. And remember this equation I showed you for Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 42.19%. Look at this. 42 plus 19 equals 61. Elvis is born on 1/8. The 18th prime number is 61. The Space Needle turns 61 years old next year. Anyway, these are my two predictions. Don't mix them up. And I had a lot more to show, but my phone only lets me record 33 minutes and 11 seconds. All right, folks. End of video.